after another fun-filled sports weekend, what better way to end your sports week and begin anew in episode 487 of the hottest sports podcast in all the land, as we're headed back to DC. If you know, you know. NBA playoffs, hot and heavy. NHL playoffs, hot and heavy. NFL draft, hot and heavy. Tupac Shedeur, as they're calling him in the streets, drops to the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round. We're going to talk about it. Make sure if you're in the chat right now, vote on the poll, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. Episode 487. Let's get to it. More exciting than 100 men versus a single gorilla.
That's not exciting.
It is.
That's not exciting. That's terrifying.
It is the Flex Zone podcast. Knocking out all the competition. Like the gorilla would knock out the 100 men. Only place giving you sports, fellas, how you want it.
When you need it.
Episode 487. Higher than heaven. Another episode, NBA playoffs, NFL draft. And of course, the move heard around the DMV as RFK will be LIT. If you know, you know. Can't do the show alone. Let's get to it. You guys know the drill. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're verified. Follow us on all the social media. Hit the like button, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, vote on the poll. Super chats are open. Go ahead, get them in. Best way to support the show. And of course, hit that thumbs up as well. Another week. And the only way to get started is by bringing the meat. And looks like he's going to be bringing it each and every day on the Flex Zone. One and only Big Rod, social media producer.
No bread, no water, just me.
Finish him, Daddy.
That's one big son of a bitch! Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, I am here. The meat guy is back, as always, bringing you more delicious delectables, as always. Yeah, we have a jam-packed show of Washington Commanders, new stadium, and some other things. So let's get started.
Let's get to it. Let's get started. We talk draft with this brother, but it's only right. He's that voice of reason, the captain of the Goofy Ship, one half of the creators of this here podcast, and last but not least, DC's own, as RFK will now see maybe the CRE make an appearance, the one and only Cravante, baby.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders.
Stupid. Just stupid. Well, now that's goofy. Jam. Oh, jam.
Cravante.
Man. It was some exciting stuff, man. I was watching the the interview with Mayor Bowser, Josh Harris, and Roger Goodell. I was watching a little bit of that when they was pretty much letting everybody know, hey man, this is a thing. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And it looks crazy as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing a Super Bowl within the next, possible 10, 15 years.
Not only a Super Bowl, Cravante, we may have to make the trip because they will indeed get a WrestleMania. And I know this next brother's excited for that. The OTC, the tribal chief, the co-founder of this here podcast, Mr. DRE, who's always LIT, the one and only Drizzy Dre.
Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. I love you solo. Whose house? Whose house? Acknowledge me.
All right, so the balloons, I didn't expect that.
It's always a celebration when you're in the building.
But no, that's actually good news. That part I didn't know about. I knew about the stadium.
Just,
I'm happy
just,
about that.
just remember where you heard it first. They're going to get a WrestleMania. They're going to get a Final Four. They're going to get a WrestleMania, and they're
or
going
at
to get
least
the
a
draft.
SummerSlam.
And
If it's going to be, if it's going to be
draft.
as lavish as they saying it's going to be, all the hottest in entertainment is coming. All of it.
For sure.
So
and about the draft, everybody's supposed to be. They're circling around everybody. So Baltimore eventually, we gonna get one.
Word.
So I can't wait for that.
No, we're not. We're not getting anything.
Right. They're doing renovations because we're getting a draft, bro.
Well, we'll get the draft, but everything else we're not getting that.
Oh no. I said the draft. I said the draft.
We're sending Raj there with the QR code on his shirt. He's gonna be one of those geeks in the front screaming with Ravens gear on at the draft. We're gonna make it happen. There you go. See? Yes.
Yeah,
let's get to it. Yeah. Let's get to it.
Hey, look. Well, I will be right beside him, man.
He was like, "We're here."
Gotta make that happen. Gotta make that happen. Hopefully, draft is on its way soon to the Baltimore area. But late last night, it was announced that the deal is official. The Commanders are going home. The organization has agreed to a deal with the District of Columbia to build a stadium on the site where they had their greatest success at RFK. That was the team's home from 1961 to 1996. Still stands. And terms of the deal have not been official, but it exceeds $3 billion. Josh Harris said he would like to open a new stadium in 2030. The contract at Northwest goes until 2027, and they can extend the deal until the new stadium is built. Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser, as Cavante said, had included a stadium plan in their political campaign, including housing, parking facilities, hotels, retail space on a 174-acre site. She also wants to include a recreational facility as well, and they're bidding to get big events, Super Bowl, Final Four, major concerts. Like I said, they'll get a WrestleMania probably, and the draft. The DC Council must approve any taxpayer money that is used for the project, but I'm sure that will be a mere formality as well. So there goes the news. I'm going to bring up the renderings of the beautiful stadium, Cavante. But who better to speak about this than you, our resident Commanders fan? And you're going back home to DC, my brother. How does it feel?
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand
Yo, Cavante.
Man, it feels good, man. This was something that we've been ever since the FedEx Field at the time, now Northwest Stadium has been just been terrible, It's like, man, what are the chances? Can we go back to RFK? And it seemed like a pipe dream at one point, and also that owner that will not be mentioned was still the owner at the time. So he was talking about going to Virginia, and I was like, oh hell no.
Go Google it.
Oh hell no. What the hell? What's going on here? But with new ownership, new front office, new and better ideas, this looks like a reality. Man, they talking about having a glass dome. It's finna be crazy. So we can still look over, the Anacostia River. You can still see sights of like the nation's capital. You know what I'm saying? So like it looks like it's gonna be really, really teched out. Very much teched out. And of course it's gonna be a boost for the economy as well. They're gonna have lavish housing around there. They're really pushing for the community, for the kids. Y'all heard recreation. I was like, shit, I might have to get a job down that jump, you know what I'm saying? But it's really going to be a thing. They call it a sportsplex. That's what they're trying to turn this thing into, and it'll be a year-round use. Obviously, we was talking off air. Anything entertainment wise, you got to come to DC because it's going to be about 65. I want to say about 65,000 seated dome, and Yeah, it looks damn man, this looks really cool, man. I can't wait to see this I can't wait to see this unfold. But the fact that this has been put down on paper is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And they're really about to um do right by DC with this. So I am very, very excited. And also on top of that, the team seems to be turning things around. We have a culture that we can be proud of. Now, come 2030, I can say I have a stadium that I am proud of. Because it's been downhill for the most part, but now things are very much looking up. And I think the final number is like $3.7 billion, but is definitely north of 3 bills. So yeah, it's a nice chunk of change that's going up into this.
Go ahead, Raj.
Hold on, is somebody okay, that was Dre. Okay, all right. I was about to say something's going on with the audio, but um I'm jealous, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm jealous. I wish we had a dome. I wish our stadium was lavish like that, because I'd be freezing my ass off in November and December, man. My goodness. But you know what, y'all deserve this, because y'all had the shittiest stadium for the longest time. Shit was falling off. People was falling through the stadium damn near. The goofiest owner was doing goofy things in that stadium. And people, the good folks that were Redskin fans, and the Washington what were they after that? The Washington
Football team.
football team, now the Commanders.
Or as Dre would say, the football club. What Dre used to say,
Football club.
the football club.
It's so embarrassing, man.
Yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
It was really bad. So y'all deserve this. I hope y'all, I hope it lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
It just sucks that it's leaving Maryland, though. I mean, god damn it. I mean, we want good things in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. We making renovations to our stadium as well, but it's not gonna be like as lavish as y'all's is. We're not gonna get all the tricks and stuff coming to Baltimore, but it is what it is. Y'all earned it. Y'all deserve it. I will be out there. You know what I'm saying? When the off season comes, when they have all the events, all the concerts, all the hog malls, all that good stuff, I will be there. I can't wait to WrestleMania.
Look, they already put it on the damn flyer. They got NCAA, they got Final Four, WWE, they got Taylor Swift. They got Taylor Swift.
Yes, I will be at most. I will be at most of those events, except the Taylor Swift part. I will be at most of those events. All right.
College football playoff games, Cravante could be hosted there as well. Let's not forget USA Soccer, World Cup, Premier League.
World Cup. There it is. That World Cup. That's the game changer right there, baby. That World Cup.
Army Navy game. Can't forget that. UFC.
Give me all that. Raj will be in the building. I will take that hour drive and I will be there. You damn right I will.
Man, I'm trying to go to a potential Final Four.
You said WrestleMania? You said potential WrestleMania?
Yes. I will definitely be there for that.
I will go.
Both nights, 1 and 2. Yes.
Wow. Wait a minute. We got Cravante going to WrestleMania?
Night 1 and 2. What are we talking? Wait, hold on. Wait.
Two nights. You can't just do one. You gotta do both.
We in the building.
You can't just fuck one of them. You gotta fuck both.
You know what? We can't convince him, but I know somebody who can. Talk to CJ, who's going to be a guest soon here. Talk to CJ about WrestleMania. He'll convince you.
Go ahead, Dre.
Go ahead, Drizzy Dre. How you feeling, man? I know it ain't official till Dre walks in the building and does the ribbon cutting.
Man, I'm excited about this. I mean, we've talked about where this new stadium should be at for the longest time, and it's very fitting. The very place that we've talked about, I think, since we actually started the podcast, we talked about, can they get a new stadium in DC? It's fitting now that it's coming full circle to that area. I know there's been some pushback because Chocolate City has turned into White Chocolate City, and the gentrification has been happening around there. But it's no better place to put that stadium than right there where it was RFK coming back. Are they going to call it RFK again, or they just are they going to call it different?
So they just said RFK you know, formally not maybe not formally known, but the RFK site. That's what they
Okay.
calling it. So I don't know what the official name is going to be, but it's probably fitting that it remains
But well, we knew you guys were getting a new stadium, and like I said, it's fitting.
Sarah
I'm
Green.
happy for the area.
Gibbs.
Hey, I'm happy for DC,
William.
and I can't wait to see what all comes there. I mean, the fact that they already had stuff in stuff in place means Magic Johnson's definitely had his hands in it, because you're not making those type of Raj, man. You're not making those type of decisions without the business mind of Magic Johnson behind it. But like I said, I mean, I'll be there. If I've been to the rundown stadium that's already there, then I can definitely pull up to this stadium, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Wow.
See the timeline there. City council will approve in the summer. We got the planning and all that coming in the fall. Then fall, winter, we're going to start breaking ground within the next year. And in 2029, you'll see the plaza get ground broke. I mean, it's crazy to think 2030 isn't as far as people may think, guys. So there you go.
No, it's 5 years
It's
away,
not, yeah.
but it'll be here before you know it.
It will be. It will be. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think about the stadium, the renderings, and all the beautiful things coming to DC. Like Cravante said, 2.7 billion housing. There's going to be recreation, community initiatives, so jobs. 8,200 parking spots, I believe, Cravante. So that's my biggest getting in and out, because you see now it's just the highway. It's not Cravante, for those who don't know about DC, the traffic isn't the best.
Oh gosh. Listen, the traffic is bad in general, let alone when the National, especially when the National was popping. My gosh, it was terrible on that side. Y'all been down to Capital One Arena. It's in the middle. It's Chinatown. It's right there. Gallery Place, Chinatown. It's very much congested. Now, the Commanders Stadium RFK site is not exactly where those places are, but it's heavily congested. It's just constant movement, and it's very, very congested right now. So I'm hoping that when they break ground for all of this, they improve the structure of going in and out. You know, that absolutely has to improve. So look forward to like maybe roads and like highways being adjusted a little bit, just to try to relieve some of the congested. But traffic's terrible in DC. I don't go to DC really for fun anymore, because the traffic is terrible and the parking is terrible. But hopefully the council, the leadership of Bowser and Josh Harris, like really have that in mind. Like, but Goodell and Josh Harris are like from the area, so they are already familiar with with that aspect of things. But you have to relieve that somehow, some way.
My question is this: once the stadium is done, what we're going to do with the old stadium? Oh, is there any plans for what Maryland can do with that space?
That is a great question. I wonder what Governor Wes Moore would have to, have to say about this, because he was a part of this as well. Even though it's moving from Maryland to DC, him and his leadership had a role in this as well. So I'm sure that came up. But nothing's been unveiled yet. And I think he might be out of town or coming or about to come back in town or something like that. So it'll be interesting to figure that out, because FedEx Field is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Not nowhere, but that's the only thing that's over there in that immediate area. So something can be done.
We will keep you posted. We will keep everyone posted on everything that's coming up with that. And yeah, 2030 will be here before you know it. But speaking of be here before you know it, rookie minicamp as the draft is officially in the books. Like I said to Cravante yesterday, you work all this time, you wait for it to happen, and as quick as it gets here, quick as it flies by. And Shedeur Sanders Raj falls to the 5th round, and you have a new nickname for him, courtesy of your good boy, your good friend.
Yes, they call him Tupac Shedeur.
Yeah.
I want y'all fellas to go first. I might have some strong thoughts on Shedeur, so I'm gonna let y'all go
Go ahead,
first,
Dre.
and then I'm gonna be last.
Go ahead, Dre.
What you want me to say? It's a travesty that the boy didn't go as far as we thought he would go. Um, yeah, I mean, there was there's a lot of talk about his interview. So what? I don't really want to hear that. If the talent is there, um, yes, he comes with a lot because of who his father is. But at the same time, I mean, when you look at college, wow, look, they need to stop. Uh, the Browns, some of their picks, man. I mean, I just can't believe that they. What you got? People like Mason Graham, um, Harold Fan, Dylan Gabriel went ahead of
That was the
him.
one. It's that
Like
one. It's that one.
I'm just that like these are 6 picks that like happened before Shedeur got drafted. Is just crazy to me. I'm happy that the Browns took him, but the fact that I don't know if it's the NFL trying to humble Dion. I don't know if it's the NFL trying to humble Shedeur. I mean, both.
Look at them. Look at their faces. Look at their faces.
You know, they. So look, I'm not. I'm as baffled as a lot of other people are about this when you take into account that this is a man who, on the collegiate level, on multiple conferences, going to a HBCU and being able to win there, and then turning around and going to a Power Five school and still being able to play the quarterback position at a high level, because it only was really this draft class. The top 2 were really Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur didn't have a great offensive line. Shedeur didn't really have anybody to really throw to outside of Travis Hunter, and he was in a position where he didn't have a defense, so he had to like always score points. He was always in a position where he had to do things on the offensive from the offensive standpoint. So I thought that he would have been drafted higher. Yes, it came with some distractions and everything, but I just don't think that should factor in when the talent level is there and you got a guy who's hungry, who's shown you he can play quarterback. When a lot of the times nowadays you're asking these quarterbacks to play from behind, such as the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomeses, the Joe Burrows, the Josh Allens of the world, who are literally playing a lot of the times anyway from deficits and being able to score points, which is something that Shedeur has shown you he can do. When a quarterback is showing you in college that he's working with less and being able to still produce, that's what you really want in the NFL, because that means that they have experience in the foxhole and they can bring that to from the collegiate to the professional level. So I think that it just seemed like a humbling of Dion, and more so get back at Dion than Shedeur. Now, I'm not saying that Shedeur didn't play a factor into this, because they were talking about teams that they didn't want to go to, saying how Shedeur came in during his interviews. But at the same time, I think the talent was there, and it shouldn't have factored in as much as they were trying to make it seem like it was. Exactly, Mark, collusion. That's just craziness that he was drafted in the 5th round, and people are talking about, well, Tom Brady was drafted in the 5th round, Dak was drafted in the 4th round, but I mean, these were also projections that we didn't see coming either. But for the fact that Shedeur got drafted that low when it was only really Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders as the top 2 quarterbacks is atrocious, honestly. But I mean, the good thing is, with the Cleveland Browns, he'll probably end up being the starting quarterback before the end of the year, because they only have what Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson. And we know Deshaun is out on injury. Joe isn't going to be there that long to start the season. And I'm pretty sure that Shedeur will beat out Dylan, which means Shedeur to me will probably be the number 2 quarterback in camp, and Shedeur eventually get the starting job. So we will see him as a starting quarterback in the NFL. And I do like it that he has Kevin Stefanski as his offensive coordinator and head coach, because he'll be able to really learn under that offensive mind, as opposed to going to the Steelers. As much as I like Mike Tomlin not being able to really produce on the offensive level, so I do like it that he will be able to produce. I just don't like it that they tried to do this embarrassment of this great man.
And also Kenny Pickett's there too, Dre, your other boy.
Oh yeah, Kenny Pickett.
As you said. Yeah. Go ahead, Cavante. I know we kind of talked about it yesterday, but any fresh takes on this?
I think the Sanders family started off on the wrong foot. I think it started with dad, and naturally Shedeur followed suit. You cannot say where you gonna go and where you're not gonna go. Like where you can't do that
Unless you're the Mannings.
and right, but you can't do that when you don't necessarily have the elite level talent to do so. His father had the elite level talent. Shedeur does not. Shedeur was a good player. He was not an elite level athlete. I think where to go. As a quarterback, that is a position you cannot mess up. There's certain types of quarterbacks that work, and there's some types of quarterbacks that don't. Usually the ones that come in with the big personality, and the it's about me, is typically not the guy you want to draft. Being honest with you, that's just the fact of the matter. And I think Dion, and they tried to backtrack it a little bit, but it was a little bit too late. Got out to a bad start. And for those that don't know, I said this yesterday when me and Byron were talking. Do y'all remember what Dion did to the NFL? I don't think a lot of people understand what Dion really did to the NFL. This guy was already an elite level talent. Everybody knew he was him, and he was going tops of the draft. And it's funny that the New York Giants came up a couple times in this. The New York Giants tried to schedule a meeting with Deion Sanders. The New York Giants did. And Deion asked them, when y'all pick? And I think they picked 8th at the time. And he told them people, hey, I ain't gonna be there. So ain't no point in doing this. And Deion Sanders went on to get drafted 5th overall, I believe, to the Falcons, and end up having an elite level career. Arguably the best cornerback to ever play the game, and a top 5 defender, of all time. And the NFL couldn't do nothing with him. The NFL never came across a player that had the swag, the charisma, the I'm the man, and I'm prime time. I'm the reason the ratings about to go up. NFL never experienced anybody like that to that degree. And I don't think the NFL wanted to repeat this. So I think they did everything they could to, I thought this was all about Dion, honestly. I didn't think there was too much about Shedeur. I thought it was about Dion. It was like, nah, you're not about to tell us where your son is not going to go. That's not what you're going to do. And your son is not even that high of a talent to even warrant that. So I just think all these things went against Shedeur. Now, 5th round, a bit much. But I'm be honest with you, I'm not surprised that he fell out the 1st round. I am not surprised at all. just because it's too many negatives, not enough positives. What do I say all the time? Not just me, what do we say all the time? The headache and the production.
Production.
If the headache outweighs the production, we have a problem. I don't care how good of a player you are. We have a problem. His headache is outweighing the production, and he doesn't even have a chance to produce yet. And this is a problem. Like, this is a clear problem for I think a lot of NFL teams is like, nah, bro, you giving headaches now, and you're not even that. You know what I'm saying? So I think I had a couple new takes, Byron, but for the most part, I'm just repeating what I said yesterday. But I see why he failed. I thought the 5th round was a bit much. This was the NFL making a statement to not just Shedeur, but to Dion. You're not big in the program. And this was their way of doing it. And also him going to Cleveland, I think that was another way to stick it to him too. Because who has a successful career in Cleveland?
Oh, let me ask this then, because I agree, it's about Dion more so than Shedeur. You don't think that he's going to have like a Tim Tebow type of effect, being that the minute Joe throws an interception or Joe has a bad game, being that, you know how, yes, Roger, fix your face, because it's the exact same reason why Bill Belichick ended up cutting Cam Newton and making once he made Mac Jones the starting quarterback. You don't want to have a backup quarterback more famous than your starting quarterback.
Right. Absolutely. Right.
So I'm just wondering, Raj, before you go, you don't think that that's going to have any type of factor into any type of factor into him being in Cleveland?
Absolutely. Absolutely is going to happen. I'm just hoping Shedeur, for me, because I want to see him do well. He needs to lock in, and he needs to use this as motivation to at the very least, get into that second string role. And hey, man, if you could beat out Flacco in practice, beat him. Because we ain't got to do this. If he beat him out in practice, in training camp, we ain't got to worry about none of this, because he won't start. But chances are that's probably not going to happen. They're probably going to try to ease him into it, because I mean, he is the future after all. The issue I have with the Cleveland Browns is that you pick Dylan Gabriel in the same draft. That's the problem. The last goofy team to pick up 2 quarterbacks pretty close together in the same draft. This team.
Y'all boys.
RG3, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, man. You asking for trouble. So more to your point about the Tim Tebow effect, you pick 2 young quarterbacks in the same draft. You asking for trouble. So this is going to be a clown show, unfortunately. And usually in a clown show, people don't thrive, unfortunately. But that's Cleveland. Nobody really has a successful career in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, this is not going to be Shedeur Sanders' only team. I'll say that.
Oh man, this leads them to me. Now going into this, I was more so on Shedeur and Dion's side. I didn't like how they treated this in the media. But thinking about it and saying what was done, I'm 50-50. I'm like, at one point, he's the second best quarterback in the draft. He shouldn't have slipped out of the first round. He should have went straight to the Browns for the second overall pick. But it is what it is. That didn't happen. And then we found out later that Shedeur was a terrible interview, that he couldn't answer any questions that Brian Daboll asked him when he was meeting with the Giants, that he was uninterested, that he pretty much was just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna draft me anyway because I'm pretty much Deion Sanders' kid. And then we found out that Deion Sanders said, "Oh, that he was dictating where his kid goes, and he didn't want him, go to the Browns or the Giants or whatever. He wanted them to go to this place or that place." And you know what? The NFL, I agree with Mark. They colluded together. They was like, we're going to teach Dion and Shedeur a lesson that you don't do that. This is the shield, and you're going to play by our rules. And I had a problem with that on Friday. I did. Well, Thursday and Friday. But you know what, man? When you're going for a job that doesn't have nothing to do with you, and you're trying to get into the NFL, you got to play by their rules. You got to do exactly what they tell you to do. You just can't do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And you're not a Manning, so that's not going to happen. All right.
So are you saying that he has to play by the white man's rules, and the white man is
Exactly.
the
You
only
want to
one
get into the NFL, you got to
can
play by the
dictate?
white man's rules. So
but
you
but
gotta answer
but
every
not just
question. You got to have your bow tie on. You got to shuck and jive. You got to do what you got to do to get into the top
Well, I don't know
position.
about no
so
shucking and
right
jiving.
so right so not just the white man's rule, you playing the white man's position
Exactly. Yes.
because
Yes.
you see
Walker.
Dion was able to get away with that because he played corner.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do all this. I'm saying you can't do all this wild stuff, and you the quarterback, and you the head guy, you the CEO, you the guys with the keys, you the keys to the car, you driving a Ferrari,
And what
but you
killed him?
got speeding tickets, but you got all these speeding tickets. You coming in with all these speeding tickets, all these parking tickets,
Right.
but we expected for you to drive this Ferrari. How you supposed to drive a Ferrari? You can't do that at quarterback. You get away with that pretty much at any other position, not at quarterback.
Exactly. Especially when you're supposed to be the brains behind the operation. You're the head man in charge. You're the
I agree.
leader.
I
You're the
agree.
leader. So
I
if
agree.
you're in meetings, you don't know what the hell's going on, and you're just lollygagging around because you're Deion Sanders' son. You've been coddled your entire career, your entire life, and nobody else has coached you besides Deion Sanders. That's a problem. So yeah, they went into it lackadaisical. They just thought, oh, since he's had a great college career in Colorado and Jackson State, he's just going to get in there. No, you gotta play the game. You have to play the game. And unfortunately, Shedeur did not play the game correctly, and Dion did not help him play the game correctly. So yes, he slipped down to the fifth round. Now, granted, it's still with the Cleveland Browns. They are goofy. They're terrible, but he'll have an opportunity to prove himself, and hopefully he does well with them. I don't wish him any bad luck, even though he's in our division. I don't wish him any bad luck. But they brought this on to themselves to a certain extent, not all the way, because the NFL is just as goofy as ever, and they're gonna make examples out of you. We've seen it with Colin Kaepernick. We've seen it
All
with
the
other
time.
players. We've
All the
seen it
time.
across the entire board. They're a very grimy, disgusting league when they want to be, but you have to play ball. And unfortunately, he did not do that. He was picked in the fifth round. Hopefully, he will get an opportunity to prove himself, but he cost himself a lot of money by not just playing the game correctly. And as the game said on his first album, you got to play the game correctly, and he didn't do that. So there you go.
Let me chime in real quick too to say about this whole myth about the Giants not factoring in any of this. Didn't realize that the New York Football Giants, though they've had black quarterbacks within their organization, do you realize that Geno Smith was the first starting quarterback back in 2017, and that Tyrod Taylor is the only quarterback that they had, well, black quarterback, the first one to actually win a game after starting as a black quarterback in 2023. So there's a lot of questions when it comes to that organization about
Absolutely.
them and the black quarterback. And I'm pretty sure that they're not the only ones. But for them to have that type of stigma over them, I didn't even factor that in as to this team ain't going to draft him. No matter if Dable is a good offensive mind, they not drafting him.
We'll
And
never know because they
and
didn't give him an
and and
opportunity to.
and honestly speaking, I would have drafted Travis before I would have drafted Shedeur. And that's not to say that Shedeur isn't good. It's just Travis. Travis is just that dude, and he's so
Yeah,
unique that
yeah.
you had to like. It's. I mean, I'm I'm not mad at Cleveland for what they did. Taking the picks that they got, but my goodness, though, even I say I would have had Travis over Shedeur, but Shedeur didn't have to fall that hard.
Let's get into the rest of the draft. Make sure y'all let us know. Shout out to my boy Riles in the chat. I see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Let's
So,
get to the
Ryan,
draft. Let's get to the draft, Dre, while you're on the screen. Ravens had 11 picks. What do you think about the Ravens picks? And your boy Genty goes to the Raiders. What do you think about anything that stood out to you? Travis Hunter goes to Jacksonville. Thoughts on the draft, my
that
brother?
that I didn't see coming. I did not expect him to go to Jacksonville. Uh, this is some teams are just
Wow.
cursed, man. We talk about the Browns here, so much, but my goodness, the Jaguars. I mean, you got Fabio down there. You had a Super Bowl winning head coach, uh, in Doug, and you still couldn't get nothing done. I mean, they got Travis there, and it sounds good, but what are you really going to be able to put together? Uh, as far as the Baltimore Ravens, though, I think the Ravens had a really really good draft, and I was seeing the comments, from B Dog. You seem really really happy about their draft picks, and you were hoping that
We,
they would get some
we
other
wanted a
people,
pass rusher, Dre. We've been asking for a
but
dog that can get after the quarterback. We got a dog, finally.
But yeah, I look, when I saw that you was ecstatic, I was like, if Byron is happy, I'm happy. God damn it. So I think that the Ravens really had a really good draft. Some people are saying that they had one of the best draft classes right now. So I'm excited to see how we put all this together, and hopefully with what we got, the young talent, will it be enough to propel so that way finally Lamar can finish his story and get that monkey off of his back. But I'm really, like I said, I'm excited about it. Uh, the rest of the teams within the division, uh, Steelers, I mean, I'm still questioning the quarterback position, and it's crazy that Aaron Rodgers is up there still dragging his feet about it as if I don't know what the Steelers are thinking about, because if you going on, I don't give a damn how good of a draft you've had. If you do not have the quarterback position locked in, they'll be picking for Archie Manning next year, because they might even go number one. And despite of the good coach and everything else that they have, it's just that if you just don't have a quarterback, especially in the division where you have Lamar and Joe, I don't know what to tell you. Cleveland, we already know how Cleveland is. And I mean, we think it's a clown show anyway, but the fact that they picked Shedeur where they did is just, I just have no faith in them anyway. So I'm just concerned really about the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm excited that they actually had a really, really good draft.
Hmm.
Go ahead, Raj. I know you was loving the picks. We was up here together watching.
Yes, I was up there with you most of the days. And I know some Ravens fans are still not happy about the draft.
They're never going to be happy
Well,
until they
our,
win.
our good friends at Lunch Break Hot Take gave him a C plus for Eric DeCosta. I'll go a guy at Wonderkin show. Brother Nitro gave him a B. But you know what, man? I think Eric DeCosta did a great job in his draft. I understand that they didn't get the guards that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? Or the big guard names or the big offensive tackles that could have been taken earlier in the draft. But damn it, we got the best safety in the draft, Malachi Starks. I'm happy about that. We did need another safety. I fully do not trust Darius Washington because he has injury history, and this is his last year. So of course we're gonna have to address that anyway. I understand we got Sanusi Kane and Bo Braid on the roster, but I don't know if they're just guys or if they have extremely extended skill. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But either way, it doesn't really matter. We got the best safety in the draft, which is fantastic. Then getting Mike Green, one of the best pass rushers in the draft, to get in the second round is amazing in itself. He literally dropped to us. So of course you had to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the owner, goes on an interview and says, "I want to win right now." So of course you better go out there and get the best player. You know what I'm saying? Even though he has a little history, and a little history that hasn't been
It's
accounted for.
alleged.
Alleged. There you go. That's great. So we got that, and then we picked up an offensive tackle in the third round, which is great. Um, a linebacker in the fourth round who can play, also that's great. Another tackle in the fifth, and we just rounded it out in the sixth round with what Webster, a Wester from Colorado, which is cool,
Caught
and
the
we got a
Hail
kicker.
Mary from Shedeur.
Yes, we got a kicker that with Mr. Loop, who might make the roster if Tucker ain't doing right, and some other things. Well, hold on, go ahead, Gravante.
We're where are we going first? We talking about the Ravens draft?
Whatever you want to talk about, brother. I know we've been talking. We talked about every draft pick, so
I
whatever
say
you
we
want to
did.
say.
Well, shoot. Since we talk about the Ravens right now, my gosh, again, Ravens do what they always do. They killed the offseason. Well, let me say killed the draft, because the offseason, you know how they operate checkbooks. But with the draft, you had 11 picks, and you absolutely hit a home run. With the first two picks. I think the whole draft as a whole was an A draft, a home run. But my gosh, the first two picks alone gives you an A, because I thought Malachi Stark, we did draft profile on him. I thought he was the best safety as far as gameplay. I thought Eman Wari was probably the best physically gifted football player and gifted safety. But Malachi Stark, being from playing at Georgia, he knows a thing or two about football, and he knows a thing or two about playing on against top tier competition under the lights, because that's what Georgia that's what they do in the SEC. Mike Green falling because of the obvious off the field concerns, but he was arguably the second best pass rusher behind Abdul Carter. So a team that needs a pass rusher, hey man, he's there. But were you willing to take on what he had going on off the field? I know for the Commanders, I knew it was a pipe dream. I wanted Mike Green. There was no way we was getting him, because we're just finally turning around our culture and our organization. We don't have the time to bring on somebody who has the character concerns of a Mike Green. So I knew there was no way we were taking Mike Green. But for the Baltimore Ravens to have the organization that you've had for so long, and the structure and the foundation that you guys have built, you're able to take on guys who have character concerns, and bring them into a locker room and get them straight. So I thought that was absolutely amazing. I thought if I could jump to the Browns, I thought the Browns were completely they won. I thought they had an A. I low key, I thought they won the first round. I'm not gonna hold you, because between them fleecing the Jacksonville Jaguars and still picking up Mason Graham, who was slated to go 5th overall to the Jaguars, and the Browns were able to get him a top tier talent, along with fleecing the Jacksonville Jaguars with that for the second overall pick. I was like, oh, they won. I think the Browns won the first round for sure. Because they put themselves in a good situation for next year, when they really going to need a quarterback if this whole Shedeur thing falls flat on his face. But then they got goofy. If I'm not mistaken, Byron, they picked up Fannin. I think I think maybe the tight end 3.
They picked up Fannin.
Man, this tight end class was good. This tight end class was really, really good. The Cleveland Browns draft was going pretty well until they picked up Dylan Gabriel. Pretty much that's when everything started. that's when everything started going down. Cause like Dylan and Gabriel, it's like, all right, I guess y'all gonna pick him up as a developmental guy. But then a couple more picks later, you pick up Shedeur Sanders. So it's like, bro, what are y'all doing? You wait, you with all the holes that the Browns have, picking 2 young quarterbacks was not a smart idea. I don't think so. It's like they did so well in the beginning of the draft, and then they got goofy at the end of the draft. So it's like, what are you doing? Do y'all want to get out? Just get out your own way. But it's some organization that just cannot do it. Commanders. For the Commanders to only have 5 picks, I think they knocked all of them out the park. I'm not going to hold you. I think they knocked all of them out the park. Now, my initial thoughts, and Raj saw my my post. Initially, y'all saw my reaction. Didn't like it, didn't care for it. Josh Connolly Jr., but we have JD5. The number one priority is to protect our investment, who's looking like a damn good investment right about now. And if Josh Connolly could come in like our guy Byron, Tristan Wirfs, and come in and play right tackle, and that's going to be his spot for the next 10 to 12 years, then that's a beautiful thing, because then our offensive line will slowly but surely turn to a strength after it being mid last year. And remember, we had a mid offensive line and we went to the NFC Championship. So we pick up Laramie Tunsil at left tackle. We pick up this brother right here at right tackle. We got bookend tackles. You know who's in our division? We got the Cowboys. We got Micah Parsons, and they picked up my guy who I wanted at 29, Ezeraku. So now they got Micah Parsons and Ezeraku. So you know we need 2 tackles that could take them on. You know what I'm saying? We got the Philadelphia Eagles. They got them Georgia boys up front. They're going to be a problem always. The Giants, despite how trash they are as an organization, they have a top-tier defensive line. Got to be able to block them. Have to be able to block them. That's what we have to do. If you can't block the Eagles, hang it up. You can't block the Eagles, you got to hang it up. We saw what they did in the Super Bowl. It's the last thing in our memory. Got to be able to block. Got to be able to protect. So all right. So I was like, all right. After thinking about it, cool. I was just upset because the last thing I remember, I saw the Eagles hang 55 on us. That's why I really wanted a defender. And that's why I was like, bro, what the... This guy was on the board. Jahad Campbell was on the board. Eman Wari was on the board. Donovan Ezeraku was on the board. Our defense was not good last year. Like JD5, he did wonders with a so-so defense. But the teams with the best, typically teams with a good offensive line, they make it far. So I'm cool to pick. But God damn it, this next pick, Trey Amos, my guy. That is my guy right there. Y'all know I keep saying we wasn't a good, our secondary was terrible. Secondary was terrible. We pick up Lattimore. We pick up Trey Amos. Now we got 2 guys on the outside. Mikey Sanders still could go back on the inside. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Slowly but surely, our weaknesses are turning into strengths, which is a beautiful thing. Adam Peters is killing it. With this draft. We had what was the name? Jalen. I forgot his last name, but a great return guy who's probably going to be our punt returner and kick returner, and he'll be able to give us a little bit on at the wide receiver position. But our last pick. Hold up. Let me make sure I get his name. Hold up. Ja'Cory.
No such thing as
Ja'Cory Merritt. We got a running back. We got a running back with some breakaway speed. That's what we need at the running back position. We needed a home run threat. Somebody who runs faster than a goddamn 4.5. Please. He's in the 4.4 range, and he could get out. He could get out on folk. Definitely could get out on folk. So he adds some versatility to our running back room. Literally at every spot, we got better. And despite us only having 5 picks, I think all these guys are going to make the team. I think all of them are going to make the team. Jalen Lane was his name. Went to Virginia Tech. And the last guy who was in the 6th round, Kane, linebacker from UCLA, fastest linebacker in the combine. He's probably going to make his bread and butter on special teams first, but who knows? Bobby Wagner a little longer than tooth. We probably got one more year out of Bobby Wagner, and that's it. So he'll be able to contribute a little bit the linebacker position, but he's probably going to be a special teams guy. But all 5 of these picks, I think, are great and pretty much all of them going to make the roster.
We shall see. Obviously, it's so early. These grades never stick. We'll see in about 2 or 3 years. What's up, Brad?
Before you move on,
What?
do you think all 11 of our picks are gonna make the roster?
Yes.
All 11? You think so?
Yes. Or they'll make the practice squad at least. They'll make it in some capacity. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, we'll see. I think the Tucker thing is not finished yet. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that situation. But like I said before, I love this draft. I thought it was great. And I just want to see. I'll be honest with you. I really want to see what Mike Green does. Because if Mike Green is who I think he is,
oh man, yeah,
he will definitely take this team over the top, especially when it comes to crunch time. So we'll see.
And just for the essay allegations, one was in high school, the other was his freshman year at Virginia. Remember, he transferred from Virginia to Marshall. So if you want the full story, I got all the stats, the numbers, the fun facts. Look at the draft profile. But Mike Green, 17 sacks last year. So we always get on the Ravens for drafting guys with no sacks. They finally take a chance on a guy who has production. So we'll see how it plays out. And they're out there on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this coming week for rookie mini camp. But as the NFL season's getting ready to ramp up, the schedule does release May 14th. We will have a live stream for that. The NBA playoffs are hot and heavy, and the Lakers, unfortunately, as Dre is not approving, they are on the brink of elimination. I'm going to bring up the bracket. OKC advances. Cleveland advances today. They boost to asses. Thoughts on the playoffs, Dre? And are the Lakers done, man?
Hell no, we're not done. Look, if there's one thing that I know about the greatest of all time, is that he's familiar with coming back from 3-1. And last time I checked, we go to the King James Bible. And if he's done it once before, that you bring your behind back on the screen when I'm talking.
You saying close the doors? Is that what you said? You said close the doors?
I didn't say close the door. Matter of fact, he actually did turn that into a song from what I'm hearing. So, look.
There's always an opportunity. There's always an opportunity.
Always an opportunity. But no, in all seriousness, no. I think the Lakers can do it. I think this team can do it. I mean, yesterday they should have had it, but you only have you got older players, JJ. I know you're not working with it that much, and I know we're lacking at the center position, but my goodness, like, come on, bro. You to have all 5 out there for the entire second half. What are we doing? That should be goofy right there. The fact that he did that. Yeah, I see you trying something different, but come on, man. Like the players were gassed at that point. You got an older LeBron James. I mean, no matter, he was productive, but at the same time, I mean, it's just not what it is.
Is none of this a foul? Is this allowed? Like, can we do this? It's not a foul. Like, it's not a foul.
I mean, look. Did you, Byron? Look, if they didn't call it in that Knicks Pistons game at the end,
speaking of goofy, man. Speaking of goofy
in the playoffs.
Yeah, speaking of goofy.
But No, I honestly think the Lakers can get it done in 7, but they have to address. They have some issues that they really got to address in the off season. And I know some people are talking about Luca and him being a defensive liability out there, which is true. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, the others, you just got to step up. This is playoff basketball. You knew what you were getting into before. We've seen other people on this Lakers squad be able to step up. I mean, when we've had the Denver series, so they didn't win. My gosh, uh, they they didn't win that series, but we've seen other Laker players step up. Austin Reeves got to even step up even more. Luca, LeBron, they all have to be able to. They
Yo,
got to go all out.
Rui was hitting some big shots down the stretch.
Yeah, and him like we've seen him in other moments before. Like I said, even a few years ago in that Denver series, he was one of the ones that really stepped up and made it competitive. When they lost by like less than 10 points throughout that series, so they were competitive and all that. But even more, this is winner. Every game from now on is win or go home. I think that they can do it and at least push it to a game 7, and it starts though tomorrow. So I think that this team can do it, and which they will. And tomorrow's Taco Tuesday, so my man is going to be extra motivated because one thing about my man LeBron, besides Jody and Baby Boy, they love some tacos.
Place for the good people. Only in Detroit, by the way.
At Little Caesars Arena, because unfortunately I have to deliver the news that the Pistons have lost back-to-back home playoff games on missed calls. Let's break down how today's happened. We find ourselves 7 seconds left in regulation, and Cade Cunningham, the all-star, the MVP, the leader of this team, finds himself right here in what he says is one of his spots, about 14 and a half feet from the net. He pulls off a pull-up that he says is muscle memory. He's shocked it missed. JB Bickerstaff is shocked it missed. His teammates are shocked it missed. But there's no time for that because a scrum ensues under the net and the ball rolls this way, where the Michigan man, Tim Hardaway Jr., finds himself in the corner, ready to pull off a 3, a spot that he was so hot at in Game 3. But unfortunately, as soon as he jumps up, I can't hit that vertical to get that tall. Josh Hart is bodying over him in what is post-game deemed illegal contact. Only crew chief Dave Guthrie admitted that after a post-game replay review. In-game, the foul is not called, not allowing Tim Hardaway for his opportunity to get 3 free throws off to win the game.
No disrespect to her, but this is why Jason Whitlock is a sexist pig. That is why. That is why. What the entire fuck was that?
Only in Detroit.
She gave an analysis of what happened in the game.
Is that what she was doing?
That what she
was doing? My
You
heavens.
serious?
She look. She went.
There you go.
What is this world coming to?
She went. Look. She went. She broke it down play by play, saying what happened. Nothing wrong with that.
Whatever. Anyway, let me do this take on the Lakers that you were
and what up, Rouse?
Whatever this take that you was talking about. They're not coming back. All right, this series is over with.
All right, here we go. Negative Nancy over here.
I'm not being negative. I'm being honest. The series is over with. It's up 3-1. Anthony Edwards is not allowing them to come back. He is that great when it comes to clutch time. I mean, every time we went on a run, they came right back. Like he would hit a big shot, boom, the crowd would go crazy, and then they would make a substitution. As Reed comes in, he hits 3 big threes and whatever, and then Julius Randle just bullying people on the block. It's over, man. It is completely over with. The Lakers will keep it close, though, of course. I mean, that's what they do. But they turn the ball over too much for me, man. Like Luka with the ball, he's just so. I don't know why he's smiling half the damn time. Like, bro, you keep turning the goddamn ball over every single time that we try to make a big shot. You up there like this. Like, bro, what are you doing in the camera smiling? Like, bro, we're down by like 5 and you're smiling. I don't get it. And then LeBron James didn't even show up in the fourth quarter. I get it. He was tired. He played 46 minutes. He doesn't have an excuse. He's 40 years old. But still, man, you gotta score a couple points. And then JJ Redick of all people, man, come on, man. How you gonna play all them? How you gonna play them brothers the entire second half and not give them any type of rest? I mean, Gary Vince is on the bench. Jared Vanderbilt is on the bench. Dalton Connect is on. I mean, come on, play somebody else besides them the entire second half. It was very frustrating watching Game 4 yesterday. Even more frustrating watching Game 3. But I just think it's over with, man. Ant-Man is who we thought he was. He's a great player. He shows up when he needs to show up. He talks shit to anybody. He's guarding LeBron like he is Jordan or somebody, and he just has it, man. He just has the it factor. I thought, remember when I told y'all when they traded for Julius Randle, this team was going backwards. I'm taking that back. They ain't going nowhere near backwards.
And Rod, you ain't the only one who thought that this team was going backwards when they did that.
They going forwards, bro. Okay, Julius Randle is him as well. So when they play Golden State in the next round, it's gonna be a free for all. And to be honest with you, I would not be shocked if the Timberwolves go back to the Western Conference Finals again. But this series right here is a wrap. It's over. Finish, finito, done. All the Lakers gonna do is smile on the court and turn the ball over. Pretty much.
You a rap.
Whatever.
Anything else? Any other series you care about? That's it.
Oh, yeah, Golden State's going to win that series. Doc Rivers, Mott Rivers, Flop Rivers, they're done. They're finished.
Wait a minute. Don't put that on Doc. Don't put that on Doc. When you got Dame up there with a damn torn Achilles. Like, come on, bro. Like,
they was gonna lose anyway. It was anyway. It was over. It's a wrap. He's not. They're done. Doc Rivers is trash. All right, he's trash. He needs to be fired right now. Okay,
you trash.
Hairline needs to go away again. He needs to be back on ABC or CBS, wherever the hell he needs to be at. He do not need to be coaching in the NBA anymore.
Don't talk about that man's hair.
I'm going to talk about his goddamn hairline. He need to take that shit off the top of his head. All right, that's why his team is trash now. And Giannis is going to be getting out of Milwaukee.
He's out of there. He's out of there.
He's out of there.
Out of there.
Look, come to LA. Okay, come to Lakers. Okay. But anyway, besides that series is over with. Any other series you want to talk about? The Thunder already done swept their people. They out of there. Grizzlies is out of there. Who else is in there?
Knicks up 3-1. That's over. Boston's up 3-1. That's over.
That's over.
Cleveland, that's been over.
Yeah, it's over today, Dre.
It's over today.
Yeah, everything is over.
Oh,
the 2-1 seed swept.
The
2-1 seed swept.
Yeah, everything is a wrap. All right, so there you go. Boom. That's my analysis. Oh yeah. Well, the Clippers and Nuggets, they tied.
That's gonna go 7. That's gonna go 7.
Well, Clippers gonna win that though. But honestly, the Nuggets shouldn't have even pulled what they pulled off.
I'd like to see the Clippers against OKC. I think that would be a fun series.
But yeah, every other team besides my Lakers. Yeah, whatever.
Cavante, is it over? Any thoughts on this first round? Not really too much excitement.
Absolutely.
Another negative Nancy over here. Go ahead.
Over.
Go ahead.
It is over.
You over.
It is over. And it's over because
you over.
Tied. Them boys is tied.
It's over. The game's shut down. Sorry.
They old, man. How much longer? You know what it's going to take to do 3 straight games, and you think he gonna have? Even if let's entertain you for a second. Even if they come back the next 3 games and somehow win this series, you think they got something left for whoever they play in the next round?
You damn right.
Well, you're delusional because them boys was tied. That's what I said it in the chat. I said them boys is tied. They ain't got nothing for. And Anthony Edwards and them, they got all the youth, all the legs, they jumping all over the place. That's tough, man. Luka I don't think Luka has it, man. He's showing too many teeth, man. Showing too many teeth. Where's the
look, I'm showing teeth.
You not a hooper. Luka out there with the Kobe Bryant gift, soft. Soft.
Great player though.
Oh,
He's
he's
not-
amazing.
Great player. Excellent
Oh.
player.
Listen, man.
He ain't soft. He just has a defensive
I love the
efficiency.
excuses you got for these folks.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, a lot of excuses you got going on.
It's not an excuse. It's just
It
that
is.
I just know the team.
Oh,
and
you
I
know the
believe
team.
in him.
This team just got put together. Luka changed the whole trajectory of this team. Now, in what direction though?
Out the first round, pretty much. That's the direction he changed.
You know how bad this is going to look when the Lakers losing 5. You know how bad this is going to look.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's going to look real
cook.
bad.
He
But
just over there cooking.
It's over though. It's definitely over though. And I'm not even saying they made losing, but I'm just saying because all the jokes with the Shannon Sharp jokes, Lakers in 5 and the Lakers losing 5 would be hilarious. But
no, it wouldn't be.
I think LeBron and them is not gonna allow it to be 5, but they not coming back, yo. I just don't. LeBron at some point, Father Time is going to take over. He can't carry a team anymore. We've been said that was supposed to be Anthony Davis. Now it's supposed to be Luka. I don't think Luka's ready to carry a team to the caliber of the LA Lakers. Dallas Mavericks, LA Lakers, not the same organization. Carrying the Lakers is a whole different animal. And I don't think Luka is prepared for that. It just is what it is. I don't think I'm shaky on the Warriors. I picked the Rockets to win that series, man. I think that may go the distance because similar to the Lakers, them boys over there, the go-getters is old. Even though Steph is still giving them work, it's Steph and then Jimmy Butler here and there. Who you really depend on? I think they're gonna end up in the same situation like the Lakers, except the Rockets they young and a little goofy. You know, they get we know who their coach is. He's a hell of a coach, but they still got a lot of growing up to do, the Rockets, which is why they probably won't win this series. But I'm gonna lean on their youth to actually try to win this series because I'm not sure Steph is going to be able to drop 40 a game and they win. But this series may go 7. It's going to go at least 6, but I think it probably will go 7.
Warriors currently up 2, by the way, third quarter.
So it's going to go down to the wire. But the Rockets do have to win this game, though. I do think they have to win this game. A longer series, I think, favors Houston because of the youth. But I'm not ready to crown the Warriors for this series yet. But I am ready to crown the Pacers because I told you what it was.
You did.
Dre.
You told me.
Dre.
You can say me.
Dre.
You can say me. You told me.
Dre, Byron, told you. I told you. Who's the head coach?
I just can't believe Giannis can't beat the Pacers, man.
He can't.
Giannis is like LeBron.
If
So,
Giannis, if Giannis
when
is
LeBron
that
didn't
dude,
have
though,
any help, that's
he
what
should have
it
been
is.
able to take over this series. They have nobody for him on Indiana. He should be getting 40 a night. He should be doing what Jokic is doing. He should be getting triple doubles. He should be dominating, not getting beaten 5 games by Halliburton.
Giannis don't got no help.
He doesn't have the vision of a Jokic to get triple doubles, and he can't shoot. So eventually he has limitations. He takes
one dribble. He had full court dunking the ball.
You know my favorite thing about Giannis is that when he won the championship and at the press conference he was like, "I shot my free throws."
He was so excited.
He was just so happy about shooting his free throws. He was like to everyone, I made my free throws.
Because Dame is out for the year. He might be done. Doc is
listen. I didn't like the trade.
You did not.
I did not like the trade.
It should have been Miami. It should have been Miami.
Yeah,
should have been Miami.
I'll admit it should have been Miami. But then,
no question.
And again, you see what's going on in Miami right now too. So shoot.
At least they compete, Dre. They just don't have the talent. They do it with undrafted free agents like the Ravens and stuff. They just don't have a superstar, unfortunately.
But I mean, you're right. Everybody said he should have just went to Miami because this whole thing the Bucks ain't working out.
Yeah, man. I knew as soon as they let go Holiday, I was like, yeah, it's wrap. I don't think you understand what Holiday brought to that team, and the Celtics are benefiting greatly
Because
what I'm
Cravante, what
Um,
they got between Chrisep and Holiday, that's you locked that thing on lock for years.
yeah,
Al
man,
Horford at 40. He's still getting it done. He's 40
and
years
still
old.
hooping, still hooping.
And
But
oh
the
yeah,
fact,
Peyton Pritchard, 6 man of the year. He's pretty
yeah,
good.
they should have traded Middleton. I've been said that. I was like,
I
Middleton is the one
You're
who I
crazy. I
would have.
agree. I agree, and I wasn't a fan. I didn't want any of them to go. But
No, but I
if
would have.
you were going to
I
trade
saw
one, it should have been Middleton.
because he was too injury prone. That's why I always said Middleton should have been the one to go.
Agreed. Agreed. We'll see as the first round seems like forever is winding down in the NBA playoffs. But pretty much Cleveland, OKC doing what they're supposed to do. I think the second round will be a little bit better. Cleveland, Indiana will be fun. Boston, New York will be fun. OKC, Denver, or LA will be fun. And whoever wins Lakers, Timberwolves, Rockets, Warriors should be fun as well. So stay tuned. We will keep you guys in the loop with the playoffs. Cavante, ready to get goofy?
Let's do it.
Let's get ready to get goofy with Cavante and his goofies of the week. Let's make a call to the bullpen and bring in Goofy.
Gosh, something wrong here.
Stupid. Just stupid. Well, now that's goofy. Jam. Oh, jam.
Yeah. What's up? Good people? Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex Zone. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time to let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. I got a couple on deck. You know, we deal with all levels of goofiness, high, low, and in between. And you know, somehow, some way, Shedeur is going to be on this list. You just have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to know that. So I'll talk about Shedeur first in my first goofy. I have two. Oh snap. Dang, Mark. Yo, Mark, you gotta start submitting stuff to us. You gotta start submitting some stuff, yo, because now that you say that, damn, it just hit me.
Oh, I forgot
That was
about
a
that
very
too.
goofy interview.
I forgot about that.
That was a very goofy interview. Damn, Mark, you right, yo. So goes my first goofy. So we're all aware the story of the NFL draft was Shedeur Sanders having a, dare I say, a fall from grace. A fall from grace all the way to the fifth round, which I think is still pretty crazy. But during the time while he was falling, he received a call from the alleged GM of, I want to say, the New Orleans Saints. And it ended up being a prank call. It was a joke. It was it wasn't real. It was fiction. It was a myth. It was fake. It was phony. It was all of that. And it was just such poor taste. So the son of Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator Coach Jeff has apologized for a prank call made to Shedeur Sanders on Friday as he awaited to be picked in the NFL draft. Originally one of the NFL's most start after draft prospects, Sanders received a call allegedly from the general manager of the New Orleans Saints as he awaited anxiously to learn which NFL team would select him. But the call turned out to be a prank. Coach's son took to Instagram and issued a public apology on Sunday. On Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful, he wrote. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
I'm gonna play the clip real quick, Avante, real quick.
You want me to teach Snow how to walk right now?
I'll just do that.
Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, how are you, man? Good. Been waiting on you. Ready to go. Yeah. No, for sure. Why don't you get up and stand right here? Yeah. Sure, legendary. Ready to go. What does that mean? What? What do you say? I don't know. How you gonna ask us what it means and you was on the phone? You heard that? So you're gonna have to wait a little long. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. It's 50-50. But nobody got this number though. You don't have that number. Nobody. It's a private number. What the fuck was that? Nah, nobody has his number though. I said nobody has his phone number.
So, how did that get out? Was this a way for NFL just to stick it to the Sanders family again? Like, was that planned? Are we expected to believe that the son of a coach was able to obtain Shedeur Sanders' phone number, who apparently nobody had? And this is real? This real footage right here?
I think so.
Hey, is this Shedeur? This is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
This ain't gonna be nothing to do.
Hey, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Apparently got it from the iCloud in the iPad, by the way. That's the rumor.
Yo, my heavens. There's got to be something. I don't even know how do you punish somebody like that? Because, like, you don't work for anybody. He don't work for the team. He looks like he's in college. So it's like, what's the punishment, if anything, for that? Because he just got away scot-free with taking a stab at Shedeur, and nothing's gonna happen. He gets his BS apology, and all that. So, was the NFL behind this as well? This is that would be interesting, but very tasteless. Oh snap! What will Mark say? Put him in the ring with Shedeur for 3 minutes. Got to catch a fade. Definitely got to catch a. He definitely got to catch a fade, but put him in there with Shiloh. Don't you don't mess up Shedeur's hands. Put him in there with Shiloh. But yeah, something got to happen. Something got to happen. You got to see me in some way, shape, or form, man, because that's crazy. Like, you put salt in a wound, pretty much. Apologize to the Sanders fan. He put salt in the wound that was getting bigger as that was getting bigger as the rounds got later. So that was
Bless you, brother.
Thank you. That was trash. Oh, snap, allergies. Oh man. So yeah, trash. Very much tasteless. Oh, that's yo.
I believe so.
I don't know how far your reach go, Shedeur, but you might pay him, embarrass him in front of yeah. You might see how far your reach go, man. Cause yeah, something else got to happen because he pretty much getting away scot-free for that BS right there. Very, very, very goofy. But anyway, absolutely trash, very disrespectful, unnecessary, and childish. But you know, it is what it is. But I think that was just how the NFL, which pretty much we could all agree that it was some form of collusion. That probably was one that was like, let's find another way to stick it to him. I'm not sure if he acted alone, but it fits the narrative. But this next goofy, Byron, I hope you got it. I hope you got it up, man. Tremendous. Oh yeah, that's what he said on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a picture of him. Yep.
But this next goofy has been really sweeping the streets right now. Excuse me, and sweeping the interwebs, the TikToks, the Instagram, the Facebooks. If y'all have been under a rock, the new thing that's kind of taking over social media right now is this goofiness talking about 100 men versus one gorilla. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look at this mess. Look, oh snap. He jumping on him too. Nah, bro. Nah. Yo, you saw your whip flying. Bro. Bro, as soon as he's hitting them, they're flying, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Finish him, Daddy.
That's one big son of a bitch!
Look, they don't even want none. Look at him. Look, they don't even want none. Now, you know, when they put them in the cage, you know, they're pretty sedated or been tranquilized or something. They ain't just straight up, hey, get 6 of your closest friends, let's put this gorilla in his cage. Nah, he's, you know, you know what I'm saying? So, God, dog. I just want to say, look. I just want to say the internet is continuing to find ways, unique and creative ways to kill themselves. Like, what do you mean? New unique ways to die. That's what we're doing here. Because can we be honest? Even if, let's say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I had Trayvon's Dark Lily on my sleeve. Yeah, I mean, because I think that would be the only way to do it. Straight up, you need to have an advantage outside of numbers. Oh gosh, I think a generation that grew up with the show 1,000 Ways to Die, exactly, and this is another way. Look at this mess. Like, what do you? Can we be honest for a second? Even if there were 100 people, 100 men that surrounded a gorilla, average men unarmed, after he thrashes about 15 to 20, everybody gonna start rethinking their whole lives. You're gonna start rethinking everything. because these numbers sound well and good. Yeah, 100-1. We in a good spot until he completely destroyed the first 15-20 with like a total of 4 punches. Then everybody's like, whoa, snap. That's what he on. Cause whoever like the first 15 are sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Look. They had him completely covered. He got you people flying out the Mars pit. It's goofy. I don't think we got nothing for no gorilla, especially a silverback gorilla. We ain't got nothing for him. We ain't got nothing for him. It all sounds good until what Tyson say? We all got a plan until we get hit in the mouth. And all that, and as soon as he destroyed, because he's going to destroy, and I mean kill, but destroy the first 15, 20, the rest of them will be like, we whatever strategy we had, throw that mess out the window. We out of here. Like I don't think none of us really want no smoke with no animal that do that for fun. I really don't. Like, we regular people are not built to survive in the wild. You need to be able to survive in the wild to deal with the wild. Ain't nobody, they ain't say 50 of the 100 people are Tarzan or something like that. No, these regular people that do regular people stuff, that don't live in the wilderness, that don't even hunt for their own food. Like, it's a different, we talking about a different era of humans, a different era of like mammals. Gorillas get that mess out the mud, man. They get it out the mud, man.
Another gear. Who's she pointing at? She just pointed at Booker.
Here we go.
She just pointed at Booker.
Here we go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
We can only simulate these things because I don't think
some dumbass is going to do it, Cavante. Somebody's going to try to go viral and do it. Somebody's
you're gonna die. You're gonna die on camera. You're gonna die on camera.
Mr. Beast or somebody's gonna make somebody sign their life away for a promise of money that's gonna change their life, and they're gonna do it. Mr. Beast or one of those Illuminati, puppet agents, industry plants.
Bro, he tossing them, bro. I feel like that's real life, bro. 38 remaining. He didn't drop 62, 38 remaining. What y'all gonna do? What's the last 30 gonna do, yo? What's the last? He didn't got through 70 people. What's the last 30 gonna do, yo? The last 30 gonna look around and be like, damn, it's more people on the ground than it is standing up. We probably should get up out of here. This is dumb. This is stupid. This is stupid. Like that's how you gonna do the last person. I just want us to be serious. Let's leave these animals alone. I remember before they was talking about for the young ladies and the women that would you rather be in the wilderness with a man or a bear? That was stupid too. Let's just leave the animals alone. They didn't ask for none of this, and we are asking for trouble if we're continuing to try to put ourselves on the same level, especially physical level of animals like the silverback gorilla and the volunteers. You stupid.
Told you. See?
Dumb. Rest in peace, Harambe. Nah, man. This is I think that's goofy. I guess this is fun to think about, because you it's a lot of planning that goes into it. You got these average people, and you tell them to be. You need above average people to pull this off. You can't just have average people, unarmed average men and go out there and deal with yo. Nah, we need a couple geniuses. We need a couple people that's above average size. We need that's a plan that has to happen. You just going out there, sending people to their death unnecessarily. It's too much going on in the world, and y'all out here trying to fight gorillas. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, yo? All these tariffs and all this mess. We beefing with China, and y'all over here talking about fighting gorillas. This is dumb, goofy, stupid, just stupid. It's beyond goofy. But I'm gonna get off this. Y'all know my line. Oh gosh, oh Jesus, oh Squid Games. Oh, there's got to be a Squid Game thing now. Yeah. That has to be there has to be now. Now yeah. They have to do another Squid Game with this. They have to now. I got to see this. I got to see it happen. I got to see it happen now. But those are my goofies. This goofy 100 men versus one gorilla, and the whole Shedeur Sanders getting prank called just beyond goofy. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great, and these folks that just come up with this stuff, this senseless stuff, on the wrong end of it. Got to do better.
Of course, something wrong here.
Stupid. Just stupid. Well, now that's goofy. Jam. Oh, Jam.
Episode 486 in the books. Drizzy Dre, I think that's all we got for tonight. Episode 47 in the books. Episode 488 next week. Moving along.
Yeah. More playoffs, NHL, NBA. That's pretty much what's going to be dominating.
Go Caps.
Yeah, go Caps. That's pretty much what's going to be dominating right now until, as we head into the summer.
Yes, sir. Keep up with Dre, the co-founder and executive producer, OTC Tribal Chief, the DRE, right here on the Flex Zone. Captain of the Goofy Ship. One half of the dynamic duo on Sundays. And the co-creator, Captain of the Goofy Ship, Commander Lawyer Cravante. Baby will keep pushing out content, Cravante, right? Soon it'll be time for NBA draft.
My gosh, man. It'll be time again. Listen, Rod's gonna be sick of us with these thumbnails and these profiles. I think he'll be sick of us.
I know he's already sick of me.
But it's all fun. It's all fun, man. Content is king. So we're gonna do what we gotta do.
And of course, the man who makes your dreams pristine, the meat man, Big Raj. He was in the impact zone last night. Did you enjoy yourself?
I mean, for what I saw, it was actually pretty cool. I ain't going front. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna watch TNA.
You're not even gonna watch it for say his name and he
that's what I saw. I watched this match yesterday.
So you believe in Joe Hendry?
I mean, a little bit.
You either believe or you don't believe.
I mean, I believe in his song. His song is fantastic. But it was all right. It was cool. Yeah, I'm not feeling these next batch of profiles coming.
Won't be as many. Trust me, it'll be like 10.
Oh yeah, it won't be nowhere near as many.
It'll be like less than 10.
Oh wow, Tyler Brooker has been traded to the Lakers. Yeah, sure he has. Anyway,
I know they called the lineman. Oh, is it Tyler Brooker?
Yeah. Anyways, it's time to get off of here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed yourself in this madness of goofiness and gorillas and all this other type of stuff. If you're new to the Flex Zone podcast and you're on X, come on to the Flex Zone podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And don't be like Tyler Booker, who's not with the Lakers at all. And just come over and do your thing. And if you want to troll, have at it. We don't give a damn.
We got NXT Wednesday, AEW, and SmackDown on Friday. I'm sure some more Orioles stuff in between. They're playing the Yankees this week. And yeah, only place giving you sports how you want to, fellas?
When you
need it.
Throw your ones up, acknowledge us, Flex on One on all social media, and of course on the email, flexon1@gmail.com. Hit the like, hit the bell, and we'll see you tomorrow with more content. We were live Sunday with Cravante. We were live for TNA Rebellion, live for Raw earlier. So same place, same time, same channel for Raj, Dre, and Cravante. We're out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, only place giving you sports how you want it, fellas.
When you need it.
We're putting the kids to bed. It is now officially Tuesday, so thank you for spending your Monday and the Tuesday with us on the Flex On Podcast. Episode 48 next week. Keeping it legit. More guests, more content coming. Stay tuned. We out of here, y'all. Peace. Thank y'all for watching. Hit the like button, y'all.